Hey guys, Born to Lose. Taking a look at another knife today. Now, I've done a lot of knife reviews on production knives, Gerbers, Benchmades, but you've also seen I've done some high-end custom, not custom, but high-end production knives like my Strider folders. And, lately I was looking for another high-end kind of production knife, and I came across Boker. Now, Boker, did a collaboration with Yen Anso, who's a great knife maker. I really like his designs. And it was called the Boker Albatross. And I couldn't really get it anywhere. It was at a really good price point, but every place was sold out, even Blade HQ. And I kind of got tired of waiting for it and put it on the back burner as a result. And then I investigated it further and realized that there was actually a lot of issues with the knife. A lot of people were complaining of up and down play on the blade due to problems with the lock bar not being cut at the right angle. So I kind of, put that on the back burner. Then this weekend, went to my local gun show, and I figure I'm not really going to find much here. I'm not going to find high-end production knives, and of course there were a lot of Gerbers and Kabar, K-Bar, Kershaw. But there's one vendor there who was dealing in some high-end knives, more of the high-end production stuff, and he had Striders and some zero tolerance. And then I'm like, whoa, well, look at that. That Boker looks familiar, and it looked kind of like the Boker Albatross, which is the Yen Anso design. And come to find out, I didn't even know there was another knife made similar to it by Boker, called the Boker Pipsqueak, which was a collaboration with Neil Blackwood. If you're familiar with Neil Blackwood, another very quality knife maker. So once I saw it, I was like, all right, I gotta have it. I jumped on my iPhone, did some quick research. Thing is German made. I couldn't find any issues with lockup or blade play problems due to the lock bar. The Albatross is made in China. I mean, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but this is German made. The price point is about double the Albatross, but for me to have a higher quality knife is worth it. And it looks just as good as the Albatross, if not better. So I think the guy was asking around $210 for it. Went on the internet, I saw there was actually a pretty wide price range for these knives. The Boker Pipsqueak, the price range was anywhere between $190 and almost $300. So, cash is king. I talked the guy down to $190. He was good with that, and walked out the door with it. So I thought I would do a quick video review of it. I've had it now for a few days, so I've been testing it out, and it's a really nice knife. Now, it comes in one of the high-end Boker boxes here. The Albatross comes in a box with a magnetic flap. It's a little bit different. I think it doesn't have this raised part here. But Boker's high-end knives come in really nice boxes. If we open it up here, it just opens from the top. The knife comes in a microfiber pouch. And, you've got your little warranty card there. So let's get that out of the way and take a look at the knife. This is it right here. Just a beautiful, really beautiful knife. And the knife is small, but it doesn't feel like a small knife. I mean, it feels really beefy like my Striders. I mean, it's just a well-built, solid knife. Opening action's really smooth. Butter smooth, like smoother than my Striders. I was really surprised. And unlike the Boker Albatross, this one has no up and down play at all. There is a tiny bit of side to side if I really crank on it, but I mean that could be fixed with the pivot screw. So just to go over this knife real quick, what you're looking at here is on this side you're looking at a micarta grip, and the micarta is polished, so it's treated on top. So it's not raw micarta like the RAD or the SE survival knives. This is actually, the camera doesn't capture well, but it is a green coloration. I can't remember which green they call it. It's also available in a black coloration. The back is a titanium frame lock, stonewash finish with a stonewash titanium pocket clip. See if you can see the lock up there. That's at about 40%, 50%. Lockup is good. Like I said, no play. And the action is really smooth. Over here, you can see, try and get that in focus. On the blade there we go. That's Neil Blackwood's stamp, and they're numbered. That's number 26. I was really shocked I got 26. I mean, I've seen reviews on YouTube where they're all the way up into the upper hundreds, so I got a good number. It's a low number if that matters for anything. Thumb studs on both sides, dual thumb studs, really nice. And then on this side you've got the Boker logo. And the blade steel is S35VN, quality steel of course. You got a nice belly here on the knife. Knife came very sharp, which is good. Up here, now they kind of did a little bit differently here. They did like a satin finish up here, and then down by the belly of the knife is that stonewash finish. You can see it right there. It's like a stonewash and a bead blast, it looks like. You've got a swedge cut up here on top of the knife. And that stonewash bead blast finish is just really nice. That's what attracted me to the Albatross. It's very similar. Except I believe the Albatross is titanium on both sides. This has the micarta, which I actually really like. Inside here, you've got a titanium liner underneath the micarta handle side, and then you've got your titanium frame lock on this side. You've got a back spacer, that's also micarta right there. And that comes out a little bit. You can see it's raised right there where my finger is. And that's so that, you know, when you grip the knife, you have something for your palm to kind of hold on to. You've got the jimping on the top. The jimping's pretty solid, real nice. My finger doesn't really slip at all. And you can get 3 fingers under here easily and then wrap your pinky around the butt cap on the knife. So for a small knife, I mean, you know, it feels really good in the hand. It has a lot of heft to it, and it's a beefy knife for its size. I don't know the exact specs. I want to say the blade is 2 something, and I'm not sure on the overall length. I'll post that in the information section below the video. Thumb studs are real nice. You can see the blade thickness there. Very thick. Just to compare, let me grab my Strider. This is my Strider SMF. So you can see, I mean, for a small knife, that's a thick blade, and it's S30V steel. You can see it against the SMF here. Let me try and get them corner to corner here. There's your length comparison. So, very well made. I mean, the quality level, the detail, and the craftsmanship is very apparent. I mean, it's almost like a custom. My one complaint so far using it is this pocket clip. You kind of, and I understand, I mean, it's got to be tight because there's no stop here for the frame lock, so you don't overextend your bar. So this pocket clip is what holds your lock bar from being overextended when you close the blade. But it makes it very hard to get it on your pocket. You have to kind of get your fingernail under here, pull up, and then slide it in the pocket. And even more, what's even more frustrating is then this thing usually gets hung up on your pocket. The thumb stud will get hung up on the pocket. And so then you have to, you know, kind of push that down, get that through your pocket, and then slide it the rest of the way up the clip. The clip though is very deep carry, which is nice. I mean, you could barely see the knife at all when it's in your pocket. Got a lanyard hole that's a really nice size there. You know, a lot of times they give you very small lanyard holes. This is a decent size. You could probably get 550 through that if you wanted to, very easily. And again, the action, very smooth, butter smooth. Finish is amazing. I mean, it's getting to a point now where I like the quality of these knives, these high-end production knives, so much that I started to sell like a lot of my regular production knives. And these knives are becoming like my EDC knives. I haven't used it in the field too much. I've cut some boxes and, you know, some basic EDC chores with it, and did just fine. The knife is comes fairly sharp, and even if it didn't, I mean, that's just a matter of reprofiling and sharpening. That's easy enough. So that's the Boker Pipsqueak. It's a Neil Blackwood collaboration, and I just thought I'd show you what I picked up at the gun show this weekend. It's a little knife, but it's got all the build quality and the heft of a big knife. I wouldn't hesitate to pick one up if you could get one. Talk to you later, guys.